Have you ever received a gift that you didn't like? So, example, I was here in Rishikesh about 6 years ago, and my sister, who I do a lot of work with, she said, "Will you bring me a shawl home from Rishikesh?" I'm like, "Sure." And then she's like, "I would like a burnt orange shawl, wool, and long. Can you go find it?" And I was like, "Oh my God." It's not only does she want a shawl, but she wants it burnt orange and she wants it, and so I go searching all over and I find one. I send her several pictures and I buy this shawl. And I get home and I give it to her, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And she's looking at my shawl. She goes, "Oh, wow, yours is really beautiful." I was like, "Oh my God, I ran all over Rishikesh to find the right shawl for you, and you don't want it?" So I tell this story because the gift has to be received first, right? So if you want to change your name, change it, but receive the name that you were given. Honor it, and then change it, right? But just honor. That's the first principle of, of honoring your life force, honoring your body as the goddess, right? Honor your life force. Honor the gift of being alive, right? So Shri Laxmi in this myth, she goes to this, I like to call him a grumpy old sage, that's been doing this crazy pose where he puts his leg behind his head and he stands up, Durva. He's doing all this austerity, but he's still grumpy. Anyone been meditating for a long time and still find that they're grumpy? Durvasas is grumpy. He's not feeling very beautiful until one day Shri Laxmi comes and just pours on the orchids and the roses and puts a garland around his neck. And he's just like, wow. And maybe you've experienced that also when you've come out of meditation. Anyone felt exuberant during this retreat? Like a little high, a little like, wow, I'm just like I'm in my essence. I feel so good in my body. And I feel like I'm being really kind to people. That feels so good. Has anyone experienced that? Lakshmi isn't respected, right? What happens is when the garlands are put around Durvasa's neck, he is so elated he wants to share his gift. Have you ever been like really excited about something, you just want to share it? Maybe the chocolate bars we've been eating. It's so delicious, and you're like, "Oh wow, you got to try this." So he says, "Well, I'm going to just gift this garland to the next person that comes on my way." And Indra, the Lord of the Skies, is doing his back and forth across the sky, east to west, and traversing the sky. Think of Indra as like divine masculine energy. It's like, when you have to get somewhere and you go A to B, got to get there, got to go the straight route. That's Indra's path. And he's riding his elephant and he sees Durvasa. He's like, "Oh my God, that crazy sage. What does he want with me? Like, he's kooky." And Durvasa is like, "Oh, please come. I have the most beautiful gift for you. Please come down from the skies." And you can imagine Indra. He's like, "But I'm busy traversing the skies. Like, what do you want from me?" Have you ever been that in your life? Like, you don't have time for the gift? See that? You're too busy doing your thing. I definitely have had that in my life. My husband's just like, "Wait, honey, give me a kiss before you go out the door." I'm like, "I'm really late." It's like, no, receive the gift. Receive the gift, especially if it's your partner giving you a kiss. So he eventually comes down out of the skies, and Durvasa says, "Oh, the goddess Shri visited me today in Samadhi, and I want to give this to you," right? And Indra's like, "You brought me out of the skies for this? Like, I don't have time for a garland right now." He gets really angry. And it said that he throws off the garland and his elephant starts to stomp all over these beautiful garlands. Imagine orchids. I'm sure the smell was just intoxicating. But he's not receiving the gift. And so at this, whenever Lakshmi is not respected, she takes leave of her human form.